here we are. Hello and welcome to the channel. So what have we got today? Oh, we've got plenty to talk about. We've got nasty women to deal with. I've had to deal with them. So I had a bit of a standoff. Somebody telling me to move my car. Ordering me to move my car. And it was a really weird situation, but I didn't have my phone on me. I was moving somebody else's car actually, and this woman told me to move it back, but it was in a very sort of passive aggressive sort of way. And I says to her, "Is that a rhetorical question?" And then she, instead of laughing at me, she doubled down and got more dominant. "Are you going to move it or not?" So I just stood there staring at her, and she was staring at me, and she folded her arms. And then after a few minutes, it seemed like a while. So I'm staring at, she's Australian, this woman, right? She's staring at me. Well, see, the thing is, I knew that where I was parking it was perfectly legal. It was a public street, and it didn't have yellow lines, it wasn't blocking anybody's driveway, it wasn't blocking her driveway. You know, she just didn't want me to park it there because it was outside her house. And I knew, and I just thought, oh wait a minute, why have I? So I was going to move it, right? I was going to move it, and the reason I didn't move it was because when I said to her, "Is that a rhetorical question?" she upped the stakes and got more dominant, and she wanted me to do what she wanted. So was it about the car? Was it about domination? Was it about? So it's a woman talking to me, so she'll see me as a man, a male. She's a female, I'm a male. She's dominating me, she's telling me what to do, you know. So she's telling me rather than asking me, like, you know. But see, like where I live, I've got a drive and everything, and I park my cars on my drive. I would never dream of going and telling somebody that they cannot park on a public street where I live. And the reason is, I just don't think, well, you can do it if you want, but it's just not, it's not real, to me, it's not really a thing. You know, it's just not a thing. You know, it's not your street, you don't own it, you know. And this is a problem up and down the country. It's called parking wars. So now, because this woman lives near where my friend lives, that's why I didn't video her anyway. So I was like, you know, so it's a wee bit like, it would have caused a lot of trouble if I'd videoed her. So I didn't video her. It would have been brilliant if I'd videoed her. I'd have really fucked her up, because she was standing there telling me I had to move my car, and she had no jurisdiction to do that and no right to do that at all. In the same way, I've got no right to tell somebody not to do that outside my house. And the people park outside my house in the street. It's not outside, well, it is outside my house, but it's on the street, right? And they go to visit the neighbour and everything. And it's like, what the fuck's it got to do with me? It's nothing to do with me. I don't pay their road tax. I don't own the street, do I? I own my bit, but I don't own the street. It's a bit like people think that they own the sky. You know, like when you get people going out with drones and they try to tell them they can't go up with a drone. They don't own the sky, do they? When you own like a building, that's a good question. How much of it do you own? You own the building. You don't own the sky above it, do you? I've only used a drone once, and that was just a cheap drone that we got, and didn't really get the hang of it. But I mean, that's a whole new thing, the drone thing, you know, because you're totally invading somebody's privacy. If you're going up above their house, or, you know, is that a different thing? You know, because if it's a private residence, I don't know. I don't actually know. But I think you could probably do that if you wanted to. I wouldn't do it because it's rude. You know, maybe premises is different, but going above somebody's private where they live, you know, by a drone. But what am I going about this for? This wasn't a drone. This is parking a car. So, so the thing is, the nasty side of me wants to sort this woman out, right? And that'd be easy to do. So all we need to do is get this van here and park it outside in that very place. And then when she comes out, video her, put it on YouTube. But I'm not going to do that. Do you know why? Because she lives next to my friend. So he's going to get a load of grief out of it. So that's why I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm not going to go out my way. She phoned the police on me actually. That's it. I didn't realise at the time it was her until after it happened. I realised it was her because I had a Peugeot 207 and I parked it in the same place about 5 years ago, and the police came round asking about the car. So because I was at university in Stirling, and I can't remember what it was. I think I got a lift or something into college or university, and that's why the car was left. So she phoned the police. Well, now I know it was her. I didn't know that until now. It's all the pennies dropped. It was her, yeah. And the police didn't do anything. It's like, you know, when this was 2000. I was at university. I was at college 2016 in Stirling. So this was a while ago. 17. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe 8 or 9 years ago. So the question I'm going to say to you is, people phone up the police about burglaries and they don't go out to them. So she phoned up about a car parked in the street and they came out to it. But then maybe they wouldn't do that now. I don't know for sure. Oh, that's a really cool bit of driving, parking. That's a really not a very clever. Well, maybe that. It's not a very good place to park, right next to a zebra crossing. But then maybe it's awkward for them to get to that house, you know. So. But the power that I've got with it, well, we all have it. If somebody does that and they invade your life, so I park my car legally in a street, and some woman comes and starts telling me what to do, then to me that means that they are invading you. You know, if they're doing that to you. So as it happens, I'd moved the car and I didn't have my phone with me. I don't even know if the dash cam was on it. I don't think it was. But I think what that woman will do, well, I'm not going to take it further, and I'm just going to leave. Well, no, I am. No, the problem is that I don't want to wind her up, but it might be that I might need to park there again, or I might choose to park there. So there's two ways of looking at this. Why should I be intimidated not to park in a perfectly legal place that doesn't belong to her because she's a stroppy cow? So it's a problem, isn't it? Because you go, well, okay, I'll just keep the peace and I won't park there. But why should you? You know, it's like, but at the same time somebody could say, well, why are you causing trouble? Well, I'm not causing trouble, I just parked my car there. She's the one that caused the trouble. So, it is a difficult one, isn't it, really? So now there's a thing about the Faroes. I was watching Martin Clunes the other night in the Faroes, and there was these like whales, and what happened for a long time, and this happened in Shetland, and it happened pretty much everywhere. You need to be further along, you know, you need to be further along So they're parking half a mile away from the actual turn off. And in Shetland and the Faroes and Iceland, they would get these whales, pilot whales, and slaughter them. They'd get them into the inlet and slaughter them, and these activists went up to get them to stop doing it. And the reason that they still do it is because they tried to stop them to do it, from doing it. And that's why. So if the activists hadn't went up to get them to stop doing it, it would have naturally died off. You know, the Faroese people would have stopped doing it. So that's an example of what happens when you try to dominate someone, is what it is, into doing what you want. And the reason that they did do it in the past was because they were hungry, right? So you live in the Faroese or Iceland, or Iceland, Faroes and Shetland, and the reason is because you needed to eat the fucking things, right? But now you don't really. I mean, you're not starving, are you? Because there's plentiful food. So the problem is that the activists, the analogy is, now that lady's done that to me, I might like want to annoy her and actually deliberately park there more often now. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, and just stay calm, you know, and let her get angry or whatever and tell me what to do. I'll sort her. You know, it's just that kind of thing. That you can't go around treating people like that. You know, I don't know what it's like where she comes from. She comes from Australia. Is that what it's like in Australia? Well, it's not like that here. Well, maybe it isn't like that in Australia. Maybe it's just her. I suspect that it could be that people are a bit more stroppy there in Australia. I've got a lot of relatives in Australia and they're stroppy. I don't go on with them. So it could be that, you know. But right now, I'm the one that's in a stronger position with her. Because she's the one that doesn't want empty to park in the street. But it's like, so the other thing is she's running a business at her house. And that's kind of why she said, oh, I might have somebody visit, I have people need to park there. I mean, this is like Sunday afternoon. So what sort of business is she running that people need to park there? I mean, does she have... Do you need to run a business from home? Do you need a license? You know, things like that. That's what I'm really starting pissing people off. So, there you go. So I've been rabbiting on about that. It's called Parking Wars. That's what we'll call this video, Parking Wars. You can't park there, mate. Oh yeah, that's what they say, that you can't park there, mate. Yeah, well, I'm just faking my laugh. I mean, the thing is, you know, you're standing there. It was funny as fuck, really. Yeah. I think it's time I moved on from it and just forgot about it for now. I think I handled it really well. Because I didn't swear and I didn't say anything untoward. Yeah. The world is full of numpties. Yep, so next time we'll go down there, I'll park the van outside our house. That's what happened to the Faroese. And when she comes out, I'll tell her a story about the dolphins. Was it dolphins or pilot whales in the Faroes that they still, every year they get them and they kill them. And it's because they were told not to by activists. So that's the thing about fucking off humans. It's the same with the net zero thing. They're fucking us off. We're going to fight back. So really the reality is that people that don't want to drive around in cars and fly around in planes and go on holidays and burn logs and, you know, eat meat and do all these different things, they don't have to do it. Stop fucking doing it. But we are going to carry on doing it. You know, that's the whole problem with it, isn't it? They're trying to, and the problem with it, with these people, is that they're still doing all these things anyway. They just somehow think that they're special and they can tell us that we don't have to do it. Well, they fly around in their jets and go because they're special and they're really needed, and you know, but we're not. So they're saving the planet, but it's really us that's causing the problem. So we need to stay at home while they still go on holiday, or they still drive about in big cars, because they need to be safe, right? So that's really the whole problem, the whole net zero thing. It's bollocks. That's what the problem is, right? So thanks for watching. Bye.